Hey everybody, this is Mary Z from Sofa's Wellness, and today I have a question for you. My question is, do you use a food shopping service, the kind where you log on to your local grocery store's website, you check some boxes about the brands of food that you want, they shop for you, and then either you pick it up or they deliver it? That's what I'm talking about. This came to my attention, this food shopping service has been around for the last couple of years, but lately I've seen this trend really increasing. And about a little bit over a week ago, I went to my local grocery store on a Friday afternoon. I usually shop on a Thursday, but I went there on a Friday afternoon to pick up a few things that I had forgotten about. And as I was checking out, I saw this incredibly long line of shopping carts lined up against my grocery store's wall. It had to be like 20 or 25 carts all lined up in a row. And I was shocked at the level of how this service just had gained popularity. I had never seen it be like that. And when I mentioned it to the grocery store cashier who was checking me out, she verified that indeed that level of activity on a Friday afternoon was indeed pretty normal for lately. She said this was a newer trend that she has seen increasing over the last few. The cashier said to me completely unsolicited, she said, "I have no idea why anyone would want someone else to shop for them." And I agreed with her, and I kept moving on because the grocery store was just hopping with activity, and I didn't get the chance to engage in a conversation with her. But that's exactly what was going through my mind. But I have a few clients who use this food shopping service, and I shared with them that I had some reservations about using it. And here's why I have my reservations about it. I have two that come to my mind. Number one, when you use a shopping service like that, I find that people tend to eat the same old thing over and over again. They're not eating food seasonally, and they're not changing up the mix of food anywhere near enough. Even though they may have 3 or 4 lists on this grocery shopping portal, the knee-jerk reaction is to say, "I'm busy, let me go to one of my lists, check those boxes, and be done with it." So lack of variety is a big concern that I have for this kind of service. The second concern that I have about this type of service is that there is a disconnect between food and health. I see that this just becomes this remote activity where you can just merely check a box and have someone shop for you. And there is a loss of this interconnection between people and their food. And I think that really, in the long term, really has a bad effect on your health. Now, if you're only using this type of service intermittently for when you're busy for a short spell, or you just need it from time to time just to help you get over the hump of all your activity, then I have no problem with it. But when you use this type of service on a week in and week out basis over long periods of time, I think this kind of activity does not serve you and your wellness. So before you get mad at me and say, "Look, Mary, I have a job where I work 10, 12-hour days. I have a 2 to 3 hour commute. I maybe don't have a car. I live in a food desert," etc. I say to you, I hear you. I really do. And so I'm going to propose a solution that's going to be a 5-step solution for super busy people like you to find a way to keep connected to your food. So here's my 5 tips for super busy people to keep connected to their food. My first one is, go ahead and use those online shopping services for staple goods, the things that belong in your pantry, those cans and jars and bags and boxes of staple goods that anyone can shop for. Even a person at the grocery store can do that for you. It's not so likely to get messed up. Number 2, For those really important food items that you need to pick for yourself, like fresh produce and fresh protein, I want you to go to the store and buy that yourself. Set aside that period of time that you need to go do that. I want you to pick out your own fruit, your own vegetables, your own proteins. Pick that yourself. That way you know you're getting the highest quality. I would really hesitate to leave that to someone else. Number 3, I want you to check out your local farmers market if you aren't going there already. They have the most delicious in-season food ever. And besides, you support your local economy by supporting your local farmer. Number 4, maybe think about growing a little bit of a garden. It could be anything from an herbal garden sitting on your windowsill to a potted plant on your patio. Maybe you have a hydroponic system or a vertical garden, a hydroponic vertical garden, or if you're lucky enough, you have a garden in the back of your yard. Doesn't matter. It doesn't take much space these days to grow a little garden. And the last one, I want to remind you that with every seasonal change, I want you to ask yourself, did you change your food? With every season, you need to change your food with what is locally grown and locally sourced. And those are my 5 tips to keep you in touch with your food and therefore your health. I hope you found it helpful. Until next time, take care.